Good afternoon. This is Matthew Thrasher and week 3 interactive assessment. I wanted to talk mostly about chapter 7. I found that very interesting. Memory is always something that's interesting to me, learning why we remember things. The older I get, the more I remember ridiculous things. That why do I remember that? And then I can't remember why I went in the room to do something. I found studying about how we get what we remember, the encoding, storage, where we store it, and how we retrieve it. And what we focus our attention on and why we do. I find a lot of times, me being a big guy, if I can remember what I ate, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember talking about that. I was eating a steak. And I'm not kidding, that really happens to me sometimes. And it's just funny how my attention focuses to that. Implicit thoughts, we all remember how to walk and stuff like that. Stuff that becomes second nature. It's the explicit things, remembering what I read. If I read the chapter, being able to take a test and remembering, what I learned from that chapter. Your mind gets racing when you're reading and you don't always bring the information in the way you should. I find it interesting, like I was talking about, thinking of food, the retrieval cues, a sound or a smell can help you think of something. And out of nowhere, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. But then you can't remember, what you just read to take a test. I think when it comes to me, I don't know if it's an encoding failure thing. Maybe it's that I don't pay enough attention to detail or I get distracted. I don't think it's a storage thing, because a lot of times with me, I'll be like, I know it's right there, but then I just can't bring it up. So that's why I think I have kind of a retrieval problem. Sometimes I'll be thinking of something and I can't come up with it right then, but eventually, I'll be, that's right, that's who that was. I have to rack my brain, maybe focus back on where I saw it, what I was doing, and then I can come up with what it was. It's all about retrieval cues with me, so that's why I think that I have a retrieval problem. For a good example of stuff like that, what causes me to think that is, playing like a board game with my daughters. If we played the game Heads Up, where you hold the thing up here, and they'll be giving me all these clues. I know exactly what it is, yeah, but I just can't get it out, so I have to focus on, where do I know that, why do I know that, and then that'll give me the cues I need to figure out what I'm talking about. It's just funny how the brain works. And I coach Little League, and a lot of the girls, can tell I'm blue in the face, tell them this is where you line up, this is what you do. And they'll shake their head like they know, but then they'll run right down and we'll line up wrong. So if you show them, a lot of times, run it through it with them, go over and over it again, your muscle memory and your brain memory, that just takes it over. It's, you just automatically, the cues show you this is where we should be. I know I'm running down here. Oh yeah, that's right. I go right here. Not that I was told it. I just know that cue from doing it over and over. So I just found that interesting, the whole way the brain works and how we remember things, how we remember some things and not others. It's always been interesting to me. Thank you. I hope everyone has a good week.